Hello, marketers, designers, and creatives. So, sales calls are really fucking hard until you figure out how to do them a better way. So, today we're going to be talking about 3 big reasons why you're still not getting a ton of projects booked, even though you are getting on sales calls and you feel like you're doing all of the things. So, I am Brittany Miller, owner of multi-six-figure agency Sage and Frank, and business coach for creatives. If you have any questions on what we're talking about, just drop them in the comments and I will come back around and answer those. So, you have been working really hard on building your business, just like we all do here on the interwebs. But for whatever reason, you're still not getting a ton of people saying yes when you're on sales calls. It can feel really, really defeating because you know you're capable of doing amazing work and having happy clients. And you probably have some really great testimonials as well. But you did not start your business planning to just get turned down constantly on sales calls. And you want your business to be more and to be able to go all in on it. If so, you're not alone. So many designers, marketers, creatives feel like this. How do I know? A lot of my clients are like literally exactly at this point when they come to me, and I've worked with tons of business owners on building up their client loads. And because of those backgrounds and experiences, I've seen what works, I've seen what doesn't, and I can definitely help you get more yeses on sales calls when you're booking client projects. So today I am revealing exactly what has probably been holding you back from getting more sales on your sales calls. And the first thing is building know, like, and trust before the call. You have to do this. It is imperative. The awesome thing about building know, like, and trust before the call is that it has nothing to do with your actual sales call, but it can drive up close rates like crazy. So the goal here is to have them close to a yes before they even get on the call with you. And this really starts with your social media presence and your website. So you're going to work on these things, making sure your messaging is on point, making sure that you're engaging with the right audience, and that you're creating content that actually builds know, like, and trust. In order to successfully do that with potential clients, you're going to create content that's specifically tailored to them. Share stories of past clients that you've worked with and the great results they've achieved. Show off the best examples of your work and talk about the problems that your potential clients are actually having. And really, by doing this, you're setting yourself up for a successful sales call where potential clients are ready to book those high-end projects with you before they even click on your Zoom room, as opposed to what you're dealing with now, which is spending 30 to 60 minutes trying to convince them they should hire you, only to end up getting ghosted. So, yeah, definitely build know, like, and trust before the call, and it will make it so much easier. The second thing is you need to be researching your client. We all know relationships sell. When you show up to a call already feeling like you have a good handle on where the client is and where their business is, and you have a little bit of info that you can use to build rapport, they are going to be so much closer to a yes. You have to know about your client before you actually get on the call with them. And the easiest way to do this is having a really, really solid call booking form. The form is a gold mine of information that you can use during your sales call. So we're going to make sure that our form includes the standard questions like name, email, website, maybe social channels. But you can also use it to ask questions that give you a glimpse into the client's world. So some questions you can consider asking are, where are they in their business building? Are they a startup? Are they established? Are they scaling? Those 3 things will tell you whether they're looking for low-end, mid, or high-end services. Are they ready to invest in branding or high-end design projects? What are they willing to invest? How much do they spend on marketing a year? That's a great question that can give you a lot of information on their level of commitment and their budget. You can ask, what else services are they actually looking for? What's their goal with the project? But my favorite thing to ask is, how do they want to make a positive impact on the world? Because I have a mission-based business. I want to make sure that what I'm helping a client with is putting good back into the world. So that is my personal favorite question to ask on the form. But be sure that you're asking these questions, and also be sure that you have the client's information, like their websites, social accounts, things like that, open in tabs before you get on the call. I reference these constantly while figuring out the best solution for a client. So if we're talking about their brand presence, I might pull up their Instagram and share my screen and talk to them about what their brand is currently communicating to their clients. So it really, really helps to just have all of that information accessible while you're on the call. And really doing this research ahead of time can help you better prepare for the call, and it does set you up for success when it comes to landing especially high-end design projects. The third thing is, we need to be having a conversational sales script. When it comes to actually making our sales calls, having a conversational sales script is really key. And I'm not talking about having like a 10-page document that you read line for line and end up sounding like a robot. I'm talking about a basic outline that you can use to guide the conversation. It's also a great place for you to take notes on the client if you need to refer back to it for a proposal, or if you're just like, hey, it sounds like this is what you're looking for and you want to get here. Here is how I can help you do that thing. Really helpful. And a script helps you stay focused and on topic when you're speaking with prospective clients, as well as ensuring you're covering all those like really important points. We talked last week on our training about how you need to be driving the conversation. You need to be leading that because it shows your authority. So a script is going to help you do that. And like I said, when making sales calls for high-end projects, it's especially important to be prepared and organized. When it comes to actually crafting your script, there are a few key points to keep in mind. One, you should be building rapport. You should be building a relationship. Two, I always set intentions for our call. 3, you need to be listening more than talking. I heard this quote yesterday and I loved it. The person who is talking the most is the one that's going to have the transformation. And if you are doing all of the talking, that client is not going to have a transformation. So listen more than you talk. Guide the conversation, and also be willing to dive into their big business goals. Sometimes as designers, we can get caught up in like, okay, so you need this asset and this asset and this timeline. And we're not really talking about like, okay, so what is this project going to actually do for your business? What do we want the outcome to be? What kind of business are you envisioning in a year? And how can I help you get there? So that brings in, like, you need to show them you have a solid solution for the problems that they're actually having. But really on the script, remember, keep it conversational. No one likes to feel like they're being sold to. It's very uncomfortable. But if they're having a conversation about hitting an amazing sales goal with someone they know, like, and trust, that's where the real magic can happen on a sales call. So it's great if you're getting on sales calls, but if you work on these 3 things, it's going to be a game changer in how many projects you actually get booked. And I know you're really busy working on marketing, working on whatever client load you do have, trying to figure out your next steps. So if you do have a team, ask them to help you implement these things. Your team can help you create forums, gather research, help with content, all of that. Also, hold yourself accountable for taking these actions. If you don't plan on doing these things before your call, you're going to stay in exactly the same place you are now, which is getting too many no's on sales calls. And finally, never take your finger off the pulse of being in service and actually creating relationships with these people. really you're here to try and help them have a transformation in their business, forget about it being a sales call. You're there to help them, you're there to serve them, and you're there to give them a solution. So if you don't have a team to support you in this yet, please feel free to reach out to us so we can see how we might be able to help. You can drop the word help in the comments if you think that we can help you win more projects in your business by implementing these sorts of strategies, and me or my team will reach out. So thank you for being here with me, and we'll all chat soon. Bye.